Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Open Door Live. I thought somebody said that it was Fashion Month at the Open Door Live, so I had to come with my glasses. I had to come with my regalia. You understand what I'm saying? I'm so glad to see y'all. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, it's been a productive Wednesday for you. And I know that y'all are excited. I'm excited tonight. I'm having to calm myself down because we are going to be honored to be present with a queen in the gospel who is a singer that can sing like nobody's business. I've been following her for years. And she's also a hairstylist. So it all came together for Style Month. Y'all, Miss Lena Byrd Miles is in the house. She's in the house. Are y'all ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm so excited. Y'all, welcome to the Open Door Live. Let's light this thing up. Y'all, it is another exciting week here at the Open Door Live, and I am at a loss of words, you guys. Like, I really don't even know what to say about how much I've appreciated the outpour of love that y'all have shown, the community that is being formed. And y'all know why we're here. Do I need to remind you? We're here for the door knockers because the Bible says, knock and the door shall be open unto you. We're here for the faith walkers because we walk by faith and not by sight. And when you put them all together, we're walking into the doors that God has opened for us, to the endless opportunities that God has set before us. Amen. Sound good? That's why we're here. And if that sounds like you, and you're saying, you know what, I'm ready to push myself, my platform is here just for you. We're here for the creators. We're here for the event coordinators. If you have an event, you have something you're pushing, your product, your brand, your book, contact my management team. We will get you on here with a marketing strategy designed just for you. So email us, call us, let's make that happen. Amen. So moving forward, the spotlight for tonight is going to be none other than gospel mogul, Mr. Jeremy Gibson, who is over the Bay Area Gospel Music Weekend, which is coming up September 10th, 11th, and 12th, which is a compilation of gospel artists from the Bay Area. There's some that come from other places, but they all come into the Bay for an amazing weekend of independent artists, solo artists, choirs, and everything in between. And I'm going to be talking to him later on IG after this live stream is over. So y'all get ready. We're going to pour on into the room for that. Sound good? That sounds good to me. But for right now, I'm getting ready to talk to none other than Miss Lena Byrd Miles. 1 second here. Y'all hold on 1 second. I want to make sure that, because we're also streaming live on YouTube now. Y'all, we upgraded just a hair, just a tad bit, and we are just trying to make sure we got everything going live and going smooth, right? So Miss Lena Byrd Miles is a native of Oakland, California. She is one of the 3 sisters of the world-renowned Byrd sisters. Y'all, the Byrds, as she calls them, the Birdies. She's also one of the newest add-ons to the My Block Incorporated record label out of California under the direction of Mr. Warren Campbell. I mean, listen, once you hear her, once you experience her, y'all will understand. But listen, she just released new music. She just released her latest single, Watch Me. which is a must-have. It's a must-have. It's a must-have. Y'all hear me? And I am so excited to talk to her tonight. So I'm not going to prolong the time. I'm going to bring her in because I'm getting jittery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ease her in here so we can have an in-depth conversation about music, growth, hair, everything in between. Let's go. Miss Lena.
Hey. Open door live. What's up?
What is going on? How are you doing tonight?
I am wonderful. Just trying to stay cool where I live. It's a little hot. So we got our fans, our church fans.
Listen.
You got the ring light, you be like, ooh.
I decided to put on denim tonight and didn't realize, it's going to be I understand. I'm in Alabama, so.
Oh yeah. You get it. Y'all hot in California hot is two different hots.
Yes. But I've never experienced California hot, but I'm coming to the Bay Area weekend.
Okay.
So hopefully it won't be too hot then. Will it cool off by then?
Sometimes we get, heat waves then too. All up until sometimes, October. Yeah, you can count on some weird weather here. Bring your shorts, your fur coat, your flip flops, your puff coat.
Just pray. Just pray. Hold on once. Miss Byrd, Miles, you wait 1 second because I'm trying to make sure I don't have any technical difficulties on this end. Okay. You just give me one momento. And Lordy. Okay. And we're rolling. Okay, so Miss Lena, first of all, how do you like we call you Lena, Miss Byrd, Miles? How you like to do that?
I'm just Lena. At DMV, they say Lena, come on up.
Okay. All right.
I'm good.
I like honor. I like to respect people, okay?
No, I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. So my question for you first coming out the gates is, what was it like in the Byrd household with so many musical talents in one house? I really want to know, what was that like?
Very hilarious at times. Interesting, fun. All the words that you can place in there. Sometimes serious, more serious than others. Depending on the mood that my mom would be in when she was training us or making us rehearse. I'm sure we wore her patience very thin, especially me, because anybody who follows me knows I like to laugh and post funny like memes and stuff like that. So it wasn't no little Lena wasn't any different than grown Lena. She always liked to laugh and make people laugh around her. So if my mom was like working with my two sisters trying to teach them parts, I would be doing stuff on the side trying to get them to break and laugh and behind my mom's back while she's at the piano. So we had moments like that. We had moments where we would just make up songs and harmonize with each other, like watching a commercial, things like that. And then, of course, you knew it was time to clean up on the weekend when you heard gospel music blaring. That's a lot of black households on Saturdays, You're like, oh, they going to be cleaning up. We're not really going to be doing nothing,
But hell yeah.
Well, we had, your Andre Crouches and your Rance Allens. So we have more contemporary gospel playing. The Clark sisters, the Winans, you know, ooh, all the Clark sisters. You name it. Just about anybody you could think. Sometimes some quartets, some Jackson Southern, some Williams brothers. It was just a vast Douglas Miller. It would go from choirs to groups to women ensembles to it just would vary, the Milton Bronson and the Thompson community singers. So my dad used to make little playlists on cassettes from his record, so you'd be liable to hear anything blasting after the next. Sometimes it wouldn't just be one specific album, but yeah, that definitely was our household growing up.
Okay. So I didn't know. Okay, and I don't want to give her a bad rap because I feel like she created some greatness. But was your mom like a Maddie Moss?
Not at all. Not shoe throwing and nothing like that. So,
Okay.
but definitely the reason, why we are who we are as the Byrd sisters, and definitely growing up in my granddad's church, which he still pastors and everything, my home church, New Hope Church of God in Christ. that's where we got our start because my mom is the minister of music there. So she still plays the organ there, and my dad still plays the bass there. So yeah, they're still active in ministry, and my grandparents are still pastors in their 80s. Yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
paint a picture. Man, that's amazing. That is so like, we've seen the Bird sisters and we've
yeah.
seen the videos, but sometimes we don't get a chance to get all the backstory of how all this came to be. So I'm getting it now. I'm learning.
Yeah, anything that they had, we would have Friday night service, and it might not be a full choir there. That's when you got your time. We gonna call little Lena to sing a solo, or definitely before my two sisters were born, because me and my middle sister are 3 years apart, and then me and my baby sister are 7 years apart. So before we were a trio, I was a soloist. And I used to
Okay.
sing this song, I would travel around the Bay Area going to small programs. And my grandfather to this day, he said, different pastors would call me and say, can your granddaughter, little Lena, come to my annual Usher Day or whatever? Just any, 3 o'clock services you have on Sunday. And I would sing the song called I'm a King's Kid by DeLeon Richards when she
Okay.
had a child album. So that was like my little, that was my joint that I toured around the Bay Area singing, and that would help me get my feet wet, if you will, with dealing with crowds. And then we fast forward to my preschool graduation. I can't remember how my preschool teacher found out I could sing, but she had me sing Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand at the graduation. So there was another opportunity, yeah, to where my start was, that was getting used to singing in front of people, even though you terrified as a kid, all these people and they cameras and they, video
Yeah.
cameras back then, and kind of like how it is now with cell phones, but they had other devices. So, but yeah, definitely that's how I got my practice and my, got used to singing in front of crowds, all that stuff, singing in church, in public.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I was just thinking to myself, back then, them cameras wasn't no little small cell phones.
No,
It was like they used to have like a
you, you,
yeah,
you
you
need
know,
your whole shoulder or a tripod. Yeah.
and that's intimidating. But you pushed on through, and when you were birthed into the Lena Byrd Miles that we have today. And I want to know this. So that was the birthing and got us to the artist. When did you first start feeling the pull to the gospel industry? Because let me go ahead and say this. I remember watching you making videos in the Honda
Yeah,
when you were.
I still have my.
It was dark, and I would be like, man, I'm sending this to my friends. I'm like, this girl can sing, like she can sing. So when did you feel the pull to the industry and start really seeing the doors open?
Um, to be honest, I've never felt like a pull that way. I think I was just doing what I loved and I let it grab who it grabbed. So I think the pull was in reverse, like it just happened because God wanted me to be in the industry. Like literally, He connected the dots. Like I don't know if you remember when I sang one of the Clark Sisters songs. I was at like a farmer's market in the Honda, and I was on. This was when Periscope was really popular. I was on Periscope eating a baked potato in the car, showing people my potato before I ate it, and then one of the Clark Sisters, Maddie Moss song came on in the Honda, and it was the song "They Were Overcome by the Blood." By the blood of the Lamb. And I'm just like, ooh, I always loved this song because Maddie Moss is actually singing the lead. And so while I'm singing with her and harmonizing with them, somebody in my comments was like, you should put this on your Instagram. Now at that time, I probably had maybe 2,000 followers on Instagram. So I'm like, I'm nobody. Yeah, let's do it because nobody has seen it. Lo and behold, it gets to Dorinda Clark Cole. I don't know how it got to her. She commented on it and she was like, I got to have you on my show on the Word Network, literally. So that was one pull. That was just, the first thing. And I'm like, what? What are the chances that she would even see, So she had me on the show twice. Now, fast forward to Pastor Dove and the Campbell, Warren Campbell in my block, all of that stuff. I just posted a picture of food and he reached out to me like she's in my area. I had no idea that he was following my page like that. Because I don't remember him hitting follow, like you would see that and be like, oh my God, Warren
Yeah.
Campbell is following me. But he had seen a clip days prior to my husband and I deciding to drive down to LA to go to Disneyland. So I'm like, that's nothing but the Lord to have us connect while I'm there. Because many don't know that I don't live in LA. I live in Northern California. So that's an hour flight from LA or 6 to 7 hour drive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're, even though I'm from California, we're not in the same part. So I fly to work with him in LA. Yeah, I fly there or, driven down there. So that just gives a little bit backstory of that. But we're just there kicking it, thinking, oh, we just here to be big kids. And he reaches out to me. At the same time, he reached out to me. Charles Jenkins also reached out to me. And I was like, oh, I just talked to Warren Campbell. And he was like, oh, that's my brother. So I'm going to just back away. Whatever you guys are getting ready to do, which if I know my brother like I know, he's going to want to sign you. So he stepped away. So shout out to him, though, for even taking the chance. He was, reaching out to me at the same time. So that's why I said I didn't really feel a pull as far as like going to audition or going to, try to be seen. That's not my journey. I was just posting in good, I love what I do and passionate. And if people enjoy it, let me put it on my page because it's uplifting people or they're asking me, can you post this? Can you sing this? Can you do this? Just to bring people joy. I didn't have, any other motive. And God is like, I'm gonna connect that dot to this. I'm gonna connect that to this and do that to this. And here we are.
The Holy Ghost really made room for your gift. Like his word was his word, and it is his word, and you're a living example of it. And that's why I really wanted to have you on. Like, it's so many reasons I want to have you on because I love your voice. You're one of my favorite female
Thank
vocalists,
you.
hands down.
Thank you.
So welcome. But also the fact that I saw the consistency and the pureness of who you were, sitting just doing what you love to do. And I was like, I remember watching when you first were on Ty's project, and I was like,
Yep.
oh, that's Lena. That's Lena. All the doors that were opening. Hold on, but I do need to pause for 1 second
Okay.
and say happy birthday to Miss Tina Carter.
Happy birthday, T.
Yes, yes. I told her, I said, listen, whatever I have to do tonight, I'm gonna make sure that I have a mental note to wish her a happy birthday. And this is how my mind connects. So when you say you were just making videos and bringing joy, you made a video where you do like the birthday stuff
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Sure.
So you do so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being you. But I also saw another opportunity that you had where you got to sing at DMX's homegoing service.
Crazy,
Which,
right?
like, mind blowing. So I want to pause for a second and show a clip from that real quick. Is that okay? Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Amazing.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Listen, and the fact that, some of the old folks be like, they be having dark church.
Yeah.
Cut these lights on.
Yeah.
I want to make sure people knew that was you. That was on the lead.
Yeah.
Giving God your best praise.
Yeah. That whole story is crazy how I got to do that.
How? You got time. I want to hear. How did it happen?
Literally, okay, so that was a Saturday morning, well, Saturday afternoon. And still, sincerest condolences to his family if anyone is
Yes.
watching. Definitely honored to pay tribute to, him and his family. But thank you. I see the comment. I just seen the comment saying that she killed it. Thank you. So let's go back to Wednesday of that week. I get a call from Jason White, the director, the musical director for Sunday services, the choir director, Jason White, who's
Yeah.
also based in Los Angeles. And he calls me early Wednesday morning. He was like, give me a call when you get a chance. Want to see if you can do something for me. And so I called back, and he's like, one of the young ladies that leads that song, she's not going to be able to come, and we've been asked to go to do DMX's funeral or memorial, I should say. And he was like, they needed another lead to do it. And he was like, I know the perfect person I'm getting ready to call. So he was like, if you can come, we would need you to fly down to LA for a rehearsal and a run through, because it wasn't just, we had to plan for more songs than what sometimes what you end up doing, you don't do all the songs, but we had to at least get me in the know, because I had never sang with the samples before. So they had
Yes.
to get me down, and then they also had to take my measurements so I could get my outfit made, all of that stuff, literally. So I flew down. I flew down Thursday. This is Wednesday. I flew down, had conference call, with the team. They got my ticket, flew me down Thursday, flew me right down Thursday, because I also had to sing at a church Friday in Oakland. So I had to come back home, sing, and then by Friday night I was on a plane to New York for Saturday. And Saturday morning, I landed in New York, got there, we rehearsed that morning and went through what, we were gonna go through the song, songs that we had planned on singing. And then wardrobe brought the clothes, my shoes. I had to wear certain shoes. We all did. We all had to wear a certain outfit and shoe. And we put all that stuff on, line up, mic up, bam, on stage. That's how. That's
Wow.
literally how it happened.
Wow. Like
Right? Isn't
when I
that?
tell you, like I didn't realize so many components moved into it. I'm thinking like y'all got a tracksuit, y'all come on. But no, like y'all actually had outfits made and
Yeah. Yeah. He
okay.
has. Mr. Kanye has seamstress and people on deck. Like if something is too big or something, they're there. If something was, you got the wrong hoodie or something like that, it's people there to fix all of that stuff. When you,
Wow.
hmm
Okay. Okay.
very, very professional, very organized. Very strategic in everything. And he was the one who designed the set. Kanye made the stage and designed all of that stuff for DMX. He wanted to honor him that way, so he had a lot to do with what you saw.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Hmm
But I am gonna say when I heard the actual album version, what they did, I was thinking, I was like, Lena would be a perfect fit for this. So like
Oh
to
my!
see it come together, I was like, what? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was just filling in. I was just filling
That's
in,
so
but
crazy.
I didn't know it was gonna do what it did. Like I woke up to 6,000 new followers on Instagram with the likes of Lettucey started following me, Tamar Braxton started following me, the guy from the Cosby Show that played Robert, Vanessa's boyfriend, Vanessa Hustable's boyfriend. I was just like, whoa! All these people reaching out to me in my DMs, and it was crazy. I had no clue that it was going to do what it did. So,
Well,
to
it's
God be
the
the glory for what he does.
yes, it's the oil in your life. Like it's oh my God, man, and there's even more to come. That's the crazy part. Like this is just the beginning. So, uh, but here's the thing about you and being a creative and being pure to who you are. You have another talent and another gift that you share with the world, and you're a cosmetologist. So how did you start doing hair? Were you doing hair at the house with your sisters or okay?
Yeah, all of that from a child. I was the little girl that was getting popped for taking, my cousin's ponytails are loose and trying to give them adult hairstyles. And, my cousins that had long hair, I was always trying to make them, why don't you be a secretary for Halloween so I could give you a fridge folder? I can give you, just craziness. Just a child that was super, inquisitive and taking people's combs and trying to braid something. So it started in my childhood where I knew that was something I wanted to do. And, I even had dreams of one day. I never had, well, I'll say I haven't yet, but I wanted to open my own salon. But while I was still, I was working with someone up until we started sheltering in place. But yeah, I got licensed in 2003. So I've been a licensed legal cosmetologist,
Not a kitchen.
since 2000. Yeah. But I started there, so I don't knock the kitchen.
Okay.
And shout out to my sisters, my mom, my cousins, my aunts, all of the people who let me, practice on them. We all, if it wasn't for family, we wouldn't be as far ahead as we are. But yeah,
Yes.
that's how I got my start.
Okay. So started 2003, and hopefully we're gonna see. I want to give your salon a name. Um, what
Okay.
bird's nest? What you want to call it? Hmm?
That's a good. That's a good. I don't know. At first, me and my husband have talked, and a lot of people call me LVM. I'm like, maybe we'll call it LVMs. I don't know, because it might be more than just a salon. There might be, spa. Who knows what it can turn into. So, because with the way my life has been happening, I just don't want to box out in to be like, oh, I just have a small, sweet one person space, but who knows what it'll. So I don't know. But that is a funny thing to keep in mind. The bird's nest.
Don't forget it. I want to come at the so I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay, okay.
But I do want to ask this. Okay, so with doing hair, and with your career going the way that it's going, has that been a shift in your clientele? Are you able to do all your same clients, or you like y'all gonna have to put a wig on for the next 2 weeks? I'm gonna be out of town. To die. How does that work?
That is, like how you said, some I was able to do before we shut, because the salon that I was in, they had to close, not down, but they had to close, due to COVID. So that was
Gotcha.
a whole nother thing I had to re-strategize. Some of my close family and close clients, I went to their houses just for a little bit, just to appease them. But even that, I can't do everybody. And even some were my older ones, I really was trying to do that for them just because
Mhm.
they can't really like get and do their hair like that. My senior citizen clients, I had a lot of those that I would, my heart were like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? I don't want their hair to break off, so things like that. But my schedule still, even in the pandemic, started picking up with virtual work. So I had to even start limiting, my time trying to accommodate everyone, and which they understood. A lot of my younger ones already follow me on Instagram and all that. So when they say they'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna text Lena and see if she'll come," they'll see me post a flyer like, "Up, I gotta be here." So they'll be like, "Well, ain't no need of me trying to ask. She's gonna be busy doing musical things." So shout out to my clients who are beyond supportive. Now I got some that are like, you won't be doing hair long, like they see my career and they just feel like, man, let me just try to get my referrals now. So I have some good friends who are in the industry, hair industry, and one of them I worked with. Her name is Felicia. She's been one of the ones that they were able to see her work. So a lot of them um, started going to her since everything has been opening back up in June. A lot of them who were itching to get back into a salon setting, they were like, "Are you in the salon?" I'm like, "No, I'm still doing music stuff. I'm not even at a chair. I can't accommodate." So I'm like, "But there, Felicia's willing, So shout out to Fee for taking my clients, and I know they like, "Oh, thank you," because not everybody can bend over in their sink, or everybody doesn't have a salon chair at home to that luxury of laying back, but you want to go to the salon for that experience. So yeah.
Well, shout out to you for actually um, connecting with your clients and going the extra mile. Because I can tell you, over the span of the pandemic, I didn't realize how much I appreciated my barber. My wife didn't realize how much she appreciated her stylist, because we was up here looking like some men. Um, and even today, and I was talking to somebody, and I said, I'm gonna tell Miss Leland, I had to cut my own hair today, right? And I realized how
Okay.
terrified I was. I was like, I said, God, if you can just get me through, if you can just get me through, I commend you for what y'all do, because it's not an easy task. It's people's brand, it's people's looks, it's all that. So,
Thank
yes,
you. That's funny.
you're, you're welcome. I want to ask you this: what are you listening to while you're doing hair in your salon? Is it like, are you listening to the Clarks in the salon? What's the atmosphere in the salon?
Well, where I was working, we didn't really play music there. Well, I wasn't the owner, but we would have television playing. Sometimes because there was also a barber, and when I first started there was 5 other stylists. So, just to kind of keep it pretty neutral, we were playing your, Judge Judy sometimes. You know,
Okay.
you might walk in and see Wild and Out on. You might walk in and see Nick Jr. If we had children we were
Okay.
servicing at the time. Sometimes a movie, you might walk in and see Dreamgirls, the musical. It would be different things like that. But if I had like my AirPods in, because I had to learn or refresh myself before, because there's a lot of times where I left the salon and hopped on a plane, or left the salon and went to a church to sing and had to learn and listen to material in my ears. So a lot of times I will be listening to music through my AirPods at work while doing people. So my coworkers got kind of used to that, like, oh, she got her things on. We know she don't bother her, don't try to ask her stuff or whatever. So it would vary, but sometimes in my downtime, I would listen to all kinds of things. Definitely like you said, Clark Sisters, your Kiki's and your Anita Wilson's. Sometimes some Vanessa Bell, Armstrong. It just depends on my mood. It just sometimes a song or a thought will come to mind, and I'll be like, "What is that from? What is that lyric from?" So I'll go through my playlist until I find, who I want, and then it'll be like, something. It could be a trigger from your child, something you see on TV that triggers some lyric, and you're like, "What is that song?" So I'm searching through my phone while my client is under the dryer, and then I'm listening to that. It can vary. So
So I'm sitting here like, I think the same way. My mind is musical. So somebody can say something like a phrase, and I
yeah.
automatically like, for he's my rooftop. Like that's my mind just works that way. And my wife, she just bears with me. She deals with it. Um, and bless her, she's over in the comment section. I got some my faithful people that are over here.
Hi,
Israel
honey.
Ferguson, who's my manager, and he loves you as well.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, I love you back.
yes, my mother is here.
Hi, mom.
Jerica, yes. Sam Tyus, Gabriel Tyus. There's so many
Hey,
people.
Gabe.
Yes, and that's my brother too. So there's a lot of
Cool.
people that are piling in. I can't acknowledge you all, but y'all know we love y'all. We love you.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely giving love to all of y'all.
yes.
Wow. Thank
Um,
y'all for watching.
yes, thank y'all for coming on in to support this queen. Um, I want to ask you this one more question
Okay,
about the
sure.
music household that you have now. So your husband plays, correct?
Hmm. He does.
So do y'all just sit up all night and just play and sing? Is it just 6 in the morning y'all singing musicals? Like what's going on? What's the music like in the household?
I don't. If you've been following, you also see that my husband recently bought an organ. Like I go away and come back because he doesn't. He still got to work and hold down the fort at home, so he doesn't travel with me every time I go away and sing. He comes some of the times, but I've been coming home to new instruments being added to the orchestra pit den in our house. So our
Come
den is no
on.
longer a den. Now we already have a piano that we got from his mother when she passed away in 2018. So we had that. My husband had a few keyboards in the garage that he just had before we moved here. So we already had that part, those instruments. But then I can't remember where I came back from, but he had posted on his Facebook, my wife's gonna come home and kill me when she sees this organ. This organ in the den because it was very impulsive. He was just like, it was a good deal. I couldn't pass it up. But I actually came home. He was waiting on the fire. I was like, okay, this ain't just my house. So
Okay.
hey, it is what it is. And so then I went away again. I came home to a drum set in the den. Yes. So that's
Okay.
why I'm like, we got a whole pit. So it can be random. Like it can be 11:30 p.m. and you'll just hear 1, 2, you know, you never. I'm upstairs in my tub or whatever, just doing, just trying to unwind, and he's having a full concert where he's at downstairs in the den. So it can be random like that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and then sometimes we do get to do things together. I posted some of the stuff that we've done at the piano together, but a lot of times, it's just our schedules and getting, the things right because we don't want to post just anything. We want it to be right when we do it. So we don't do as much impulsive stuff like how I would just do in my Honda when it's just me. Because he's
Yeah,
like, don't put me up there like that. Let me make sure I got that chord right or that, he's not trying to have it. So when we do, yeah, it's like that. But yeah, shout out to you, babe, whenever you see this.
well, you know what? I might be adding something else to the list. So do y'all have a studio in the house just yet?
No, not yet, but who knows? You might be. I do go away this weekend to Detroit, so who knows what I'll come back home to.
I'm gonna be like, Mr. Miles, I think Lena wants some mics and a soundboard. Um, I'm just saying.
Right. No, it's
Get,
probably on his radar. It's probably on his radar for sure.
well,
Because he's definitely supportive of all things musically for me, creatively, and all of that. He's like, yeah, practice all you want. If you want to practice all 24 hours of the day, I'll keep working to get everything done. Just be free to be you. So yeah, he's dope.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I got a musical wife as well. She sings and
Okay,
travels. So I find
you
myself,
get it.
like where she is, I'm rooting her on. I'm a
Yeah.
member of her fan club. And so I get it. I completely get it. I understand the dynamic there. Um,
Mhm.
so now I do want to ask this. Now,
Okay.
I know you're not in the 100, and I know you like stuff to be right. But can I have a request? One request? Is that okay?
Sure, sure.
Okay. Whew, thank you, Lord. Got out of here for a second. Um, can you sing a little bit of Endow Me?
Let me see what part I know. Endow me, Lord. Endow me, yeah. Lord, 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 with your power, with the power of the Holy Ghost. I don't know the verses like that, but I do know that part.
That's listen. You fine with me. Lena
Okay.
Byrd Miles owes me nothing. She owes me nothing.
I
You gonna get
tried.
started and you execute it. Thank you so much. No, that
I tried.
yes. Man. But I'm gonna hear you sing live. Well, I actually, you know what? Let me rewind back. You sung in Atlanta a few years back, and I hopped in my car, and I think I put probably $5.75 worth of gas in, and drove up and was able to hear you. And I think I went both nights.
Oh,
Yes. So, but I need to hear you live
wow.
again. Like there's, I can't get enough of Miss Lena Byrd.
Oh, thank you.
You're
How
so
far is
welcome.
Atlanta from you?
It is an hour and
Okay.
20 minutes if I
Okay.
drive like I got some
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Uh, yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, before we get out of here, though, I do want to ask you this. If you had one word of encouragement to another young stylist, another young creator that's out there that's like, you know what? I see God opening doors for her, and I'm just waiting for my time to come. What is your word of advice for them?
I would say use whatever platform, whatever is at your fingertips that you can use in regards to if it's social media, even if or if you have to be the walking billboard if you're trying to be a stylist. A lot of times I would do my own hair and get asked, oh, who did your hair? And I would, pull out my card. I'm a stylist. That was one of the things versus just sometimes going and saying, come to my shop, the flyer, come and they're like, well, you look raggedy, like I'm not gonna come and your hair look like whatever. But I would, freshly do my hair when I was wearing my hair relaxed. Now I'm all natural. And even with being all natural, I still get asked like, who does your hair?
Yes.
And I got a lot of clients just from being the Afro Lena too. But when I was straight and
Yes.
relaxed and would curl my hair and press it or flat iron it, I would go to the mall and be walking around and people be like, I like your hair. Da, 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 da. Oh, I do hair. That was one of the ways that I got out like that. And then as far as my music, just like he was talking about earlier, I was posting in my Honda, kind of just my story is a little bit probably weirder than most because I wasn't really chasing. I was just being myself and being, I think, true to what I loved and the thing that I felt God gave me to be a blessing to people. If that makes sense, I was just being and posting because people were asking. I didn't realize that there was a market for me like that, and that my music would even override the hair side of me. That it would, be pulling me away as much as it was. I didn't see that coming. I was
Yes.
content being a stylist. I was, cool kicking it and singing locally. I never saw Warren Campbell, DMing me and saying, well, I've been following, looking at your videos. So that's why I'm saying if you have social media and you want to be seen by the likes of somebody like that, and make sure your page is public, no private pages, because I've seen people that said public figure with a private Instagram.
And then,
How?
but
How, Sway? How?
yeah, how, Sway? Make it make sense. You don't have the answers. And they be pushing singles and be pushing products. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
your page is private. Now, if you want to just live a certain way that you don't want people to know, then don't post that stuff or create another page for what you do versus who you are in another light. If you don't want us to see you, whatever, doing, then don't post that on that page. Make a music page and really work that thing, something like that, because we are in times where you never know what your video will go viral. You just don't know.
yes.
And it's just the results are just mind blowing. When look at my story, it's like what all of that from you get connected to, and even like you're talking about, Ty Trivet came to my area and saw me singing at an event and had me come. It was literally God ordaining my steps and using my gift, just because I was being authentically me too. That's the other thing I would say is just to stay organic. Sing what you feel. Sing,
Yes.
don't try to copy, or you can definitely pull and from your influences, but create something that's signature for you. If that's what you know, be true to what you feel God gave you to do, because He gave it to you for a reason. And everybody might not like it, but there's a market of people who will. So I feel like God gives us gifts and talents for our set of people. It might not be the whole world, but it might be 15 in the world. And then 15 can be down and be a blessing. And, sometimes big things happen through 15 people. So, hey,
Come
you
on.
just never know. I always say that don't treat anybody crazy because you don't know where your paths may lead you, or, your steps may take you. So definitely be authentic to the gift or the talent that you feel, and then just do it. Practice. Wow. Don't just sit it on the shelf and then pull it off and be like, oh, so and so is online right now. Now I'm gonna do it. But no, be a good steward. Working up local churches, whatever you do, or if you're not singing gospel or doing something R&B, go to those open mic nights and test it out on. See, like, am I really called to do this? Because you might,
They be like,
you might be
no.
one of mama's babies, where she like, I just can't tell her that she can't sing.
That's
So
all right.
if you go somewhere and they throwing lemons and tomatoes, you might wanna get another profession.
The Sandman coming out. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I hear you.
You
I hear
you
you.
don't you don't base it on the likes, but sometimes the likes come to let you know, like, yeah, this is something you should do, or this is not something you should do. I only
It's
got one like.
yes. Yeah, I'm with you. I am so with you. Um, God, I want to ask you so much more because I feel like you are such a God light and your personality is so just inviting from all the humor and the posts that you made. because when I tell you my timeline, listen, y'all, let me make sure I say this. Y'all go follow her because we do stuff
Oh,
and professionalism over here. Follow her
that's
on
so
IG,
nice.
Lena Byrd Miles. Follow her on Facebook at Lena Byrd Miles, the artist, and Lena Byrd Miles, the actual page, but it probably won't be a whole lot of room over there. So go to the artist page so you can stay
It's
abreast.
public, guys. It's public. You can see me.
So to close this thing out, I have some rapid fire questions, and you're gonna pick
Okay.
one of the other, okay? So with you being a stylist, all these questions are made just for you, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
I think so.
All right. Rap or French roll?
Rap.
Okay. Pin curls or freeze curls?
For me, probably 10 curls.
Okay. Drawstring ponytail or bun?
Drawstring.
Okay. Hot comb or perm?
Both. No, I'll say press and comb, hot comb.
Okay. Sitting it on the stove. All right, we got the comb. All right. The last one. The last one. Very important for growth. Blue Magic or Sofa 8?
These are so funny. I'm gonna say Blue Magic.
All right. We can smell you coming. That is listen. That's it.
That was
That's it.
fun. That was fun. That was fun and funny. Thank you
That
for that.
you're so welcome. No, thank you for coming by and spending time
Sure.
with me tonight and
Sure.
sharing your gifts and your personality and this single, Watch Me, which is available on all digital music platforms that everyone is
Yes.
going to go over and download. And hold on, let me say, I want y'all to see me. We're not going to just play it on Apple Music. We're going to go download it. And then you're going to go download This Is the Day because
Thank
that was the
you.
first single. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me good? All right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to swing over to IG, to the Open Door Live IG, and talk to Mr. Jeremy Gibson. And we're going to talk about the Bay Area Gospel Music Weekend. And we're going to talk about how it was birthed and his involvement with music. And because he used to sing with you as well. He told me y'all
Yeah.
grew up together.
Jeremy is
So
like my blood brother. If I were to have a blood brother, Jeremy would be it. So I love Jeremy.
he is good people. And
Very
ever
much
since
so.
I connected with them, I helped kind of get some artists
Okay.
over for the virtual show he did last year. Uh,
Nice.
I was like,
Nice.
you that guy. He does the podcast, does all that stuff. So we're gonna talk to him.
Yeah.
But I want to tell everybody, thank y'all so much. Hopefully you were
Thank you.
encouraged, empowered by this wonderful woman of God. Did you enjoy yourself? Y'all put it in the comment section. Tell me you enjoyed yourself.
I
Thank y'all.
did.
You
Thanks
enjoyed
to
yourself?
everybody. I did. I did.
I'm happy to hear that. Oh, church hug. So, y'all, I will see y'all again next week because my special guest will be Goo Miss Eric's
Bye.
sister, because it is Style Month here and we're doing all things fashionable and stylish.
Well,
So,
she styled me for Watch Me video. She styled me. Glue styled me for. That's so funny.
I meant to ask you that.
She
Okay.
did. She styled me for the video.
With
Her and
you,
her team.
that look from head to toe.
Thank
And
you.
yes, see, listen, I'll be keeping up with you. I'm going to be encouraging. I'll be dropping by. If you vote anything, let me know.
Thank you.
Yes. So, y'all, thank y'all once again for an amazing show. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next week.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
Bye, y'all.